Hey there, everybody. Welcome to my booth. I'm Jay, and this is a breakdown of a longer video I have here on my channel about how to make your own voiceover demo. In this first section, we'll be talking about how and where to find scripts to make and construct your demo from. Let's get into it. So first things first, we're gonna need raw material to work from. What is raw material in voiceover? But script. So here, there are a couple places that you can go to find scripts for your demo. The first is the World Wide Web, Google. It's already here in my search history, voiceover sample scripts. Any iteration of that, you can look up and just do some research. And I'm just gonna pull open a bunch of these pre-existing archives. You can also write your own scripts if you want. You can also use scripts from auditions that you've already done. And if you have audio from pre-existing auditions, don't be shy about using that. The only caveat there is if the client has said that the material is confidential, or if you signed an NDA, don't use it. But in most cases, it will fall under fair use if you use it in your demo. So there you go. In these, what I'm gonna do is just go for sheer volume. I'm not gonna really curate this at this point. I'm just grabbing scripts and I'm gonna copy paste them quite literally into my Word document. I've got a Google document open here, and this will be sort of my living archive or library of voiceover scripts. So if I pull this one open here, I'm gonna scroll down a smidge. Here's a 30-second script. So I'll pull this, copy it, pull it over into my demo library here, and paste it. In between them, I like to insert a line here just to keep everything straight when one script ends and the other starts. The reason I like a Word document or a Google Doc is I can edit or rewrite right as I go. So if I need to make some tweaks or edits or deletions, I can just make those as I'm working on them here. Now, a couple of things to pay attention as you're looking for these scripts. One is script length. Usually commercial scripts will come in 3 different durations. 15-second, 30-second, and 60-second are the most common. 30-second is on the longer end of what we'll want to work with, and 15-second will be just fine. I wouldn't really go for minute-long scripts just because you'll have to do a lot of editing on the tail end. So unless it's something that you really find fun, then I might just pass on them just to save yourself some time. But, you know, there's always exceptions, so take what you want and copy paste it. One other thing to pay attention to is you may come across these casting breakdowns when you're looking at scripts. Feel free to completely disregard them as you're looking for your audition scripts. The reason why is for our demos, they don't matter. We're not trying to fit any sort of casting ideal for this ad. We're looking for things that we respond to personally and we like performing. We can take it any direction we want. One thing that I will say though is if you look at the breakdown and you find it helpful in any way, feel free to take it on board if you find it helpful. Ways that I find them helpful is if it stretches me in some way. One metaphor I use a lot when talking about demos is the colors of scripts or colors of performances. We want to try and find a complete color wheel for ourselves, a rainbow of us. We don't want to neglect any different shades of colors or hues that we can reliably perform. So if you find yourself coming up with a lot of scripts that are the color blue, say, well, maybe look for a script that is the color yellow or the color green or red or something like that. Something that pulls another direction, helps you complete the rainbow, the color wheel of you. And sometimes breakdowns can be helpful in pulling or stretching you in those directions, which you can take on board by all means. So once I've built my full archive of scripts here, I'm gonna move to trying them on. And as I'm trying them on, I'm not being precious about it. I'm not necessarily curating things. I'm really just looking for if they feel good to perform, if there's that spark that ignites in me that's, you know, fun. So I'm looking for primarily if it's something that I'm excited by. Then I'm looking for a little bit of variety. Again, if I'm finding a lot of the color blue, look for some reds or yellows or greens to throw in there. And then lastly, you want to try and find scripts or feel out for scripts that have a bit of a story or a narrative to them. Now, that doesn't mean that there's going to be a hero's journey in these commercial copies. I don't know that I've ever seen a commercial with a full hero's journey. Well, maybe there's a few, but they're rare. And so the narrative may not be, a true blue narrative. So let's try this first script out and see if it fits any and or all of those things. If it's personally exciting to me, if it has a bit of variety as I'm searching for more scripts, and then if it has a story to it. As I'm trying these scripts on, I like to record them just on the off chance that I hit a bit of magic and I can save myself some work down the line. But you can always, of course, go back and edit these things. I will bear in mind as I'm doing this that it's supposed to fit within about 30 seconds, just in terms of pacing. Let's give it a try. These kids are the pickiest eaters. I'm worried my little ones aren't getting the vitamins in their diet that they need. I sometimes get away with hiding the occasional carrot in a casserole that they'll actually eat, but that doesn't happen often enough. My doctor recommended VitaFun Children's Vitamins. They're gummy and delicious, and my kids just love them. Now they get a snack, and I get the reassurance that they're full of the vitamins they need. Now, if only adult vitamins were this delicious. That was kind of fun. I like that script. And more importantly, it's got, well, not more importantly, that's the most important, but it also has a bit of a story. It starts off with a bit of a problem. My kids are such picky eaters, I don't know what to do. Then there's a solution. My doctor recommended these vitamins, and they're fantastic. And then there's the relief after that. So that's a great arc to look for. There's a problem, here's a solution to it, and there's a bit of a resolution. It can even just be as short as here's a problem and here's a solution. That's a great form of narrative to look for. So that's great. What I'm going to do now, because I've determined that this is a candidate for my final demo, I'm going to move this, copy it, and paste it into my candidate script document. So this is just where I'm taking my massive catalog that I've accrued, and I'm just condensing it down to anywhere from, maybe 6 to 15-ish scripts as I'm working that might be good fits for me in my demo. This will be my first one. Now what I'm gonna go through is go through all the other scripts, hone them down, cull them out, and find a few more candidates that I like. I hope this was helpful for you. If you'd like to continue this demo tutorial, in the next one, I'll be talking about how to process your audio in Reaper as you record your voiceovers to make them sound nice and crisp. This will be helpful not only for demos, but just in general. Until the next one, be well. Toodles.